Sometimes we forget something simple, something so powerful that if it truly settled in our hearts, it would change the way we face every hardship. Allah can pull you out of any situation you are in, no matter how stuck you feel, no matter how broken it looks, no matter how long it has lasted. We look at our problems and we think, how is this ever going to change? We stare at our reality, we replay the pain, we measure our future based on our present, and that is where we make the mistake. We judge everything by what we can see, by what we understand, by what makes sense to our limited minds. And we forget that Allah's plan does not need to make sense right now. It does not need our approval. It does not need our understanding. There were people before us, righteous people, prophets, believers, who stood exactly where you are standing today. Confused, afraid, overwhelmed, unable to see the wisdom, unable to see the ending, unable to imagine how relief could possibly come. They didn't see the full story. They only saw the storm. They only felt the pain. And yet Allah was already writing their rescue, already preparing their relief, already arranging something far greater than what they were asking for. And that is exactly how your life works. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not being punished just because things are hard. You are living a chapter, not the entire book. You might not understand why things are happening the way they are, why doors are closing, why people are leaving, why do feels unanswered, why the weight on your chest won't lift. And that confusion can be painful. You might look at your situation and feel trapped, confused, disappointed, exhausted, like you've done everything you could, like you've prayed enough, like you've waited long enough, and yet nothing seems to change. But remember this, just because you don't see the way out does not mean Allah doesn't have one. Just because you can't imagine the solution does not mean it doesn't exist. When Allah wants to bring you relief, it doesn't have to match your expectations. It doesn't have to come through the door you were staring at. It doesn't have to arrive in the form you were begging for. Sometimes Allah closes the door you wanted only to open the door you needed. Sometimes He delays not to punish you, but to prepare you. Sometimes He removes not to hurt you, but to protect you. Relief will come the way He decides at the moment He knows is best in the manner that will benefit your heart. Strengthen your iman and bring you closer to Him, and His timing never fails. What feels like delay is often divine protection. What feels like loss is often redirection. What feels like the end is often the beginning of something far greater than you could have planned for yourself. When you truly know Allah, no situation is ever hopeless, because hope is not tied to circumstances. It is tied to the one who controls them. And no sadness is ever permanent, because Allah promised that ease follows hardship. So hold on even when your hands are shaking. Trust even when your heart feels weak. Keep making dua even when your voice trembles, because Allah hears what you cannot say out loud. Your story is not over. Your relief is not late. Your tears are not wasted, and your patience is being recorded by the one who never forgets. May Allah replace your fear with peace, your confusion with clarity, your sadness with relief, and your waiting with something that leaves you saying, "Now I understand why it had to be this way." Jazakallah khair.